The level this offense is playing right now, facing Belichick and that defense playing at the level it is. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. You talk about wanting to win championships, and the old homers. You got to beat the people that have won, right? So this is a good test for us, I guess you could say. Going on the road, going against a championship team that since I've been in the league, they've been in the Super Bowl. So it's an exciting matchup, as you said. We're doing pretty well on offense, but it's about playing complementary football. We've got to do it as a whole team. Looking forward to doing that.
What about going against Brady and matching against maybe, Jason said, maybe the best quarterback football player that ever played? Any excitement just going against him?
I mean, sure, it's special, right? I mean, people say the GOAT, he's the GOAT, he is. I don't think it's comparable, the things that he's done. So, I mean, but for me, it's about going in and focusing on my game plan. I'm sure there'll be a time or two before or after the game, maybe say what's up, but that's not my focus. I'm not worried about me versus him type deals, me versus this defense, him versus our defense. But exciting game.
What do you appreciate most about Tom Brady? And I don't mean the Super Bowls or the success, but as a person who plays the same position, what do you appreciate most about the way he plays the game?
Just to do what he's done at such a high level for a long time. I know the discipline that it takes, week in and week out. And to be doing this, I mean, how many years? What year is this for him? 20, going on, or 20th? It's mind-blowing. It is. I mean, I'm only on year 4, and I can't even think about 20. Yeah, crazy impressive. I live in the now. I live in the moment. Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't see myself being 40 and doing that, but who knows? Who knows where I am? That's a long way away. Just worried about right now.
Some people would say what you're doing this year is mind-blowing, just your numbers. You know, you've thrown for more yards than any Cowboys quarterback through the first 10 games. Your numbers right now are more than what Patrick Mahomes threw at this point last year when he won the MVP. And clearly, you're leading the league in passing yards and second in touchdowns. Can you just talk about, is that mind-blowing to you that you're doing this?
I mean, numbers are numbers. I've never been a stat guy. I've never been somebody that cares about them at all. I care about one stat, and that's wins. So for me, it's about focusing on that. Sure, all that stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. It's cool to look up and see that many yards and see this and that. But I just want to help this team win and give us the best opportunity each and every week, week in and week out. And if it means throwing for that amount, I'll do it.
You and Brady hold something in common in your careers in terms of he was the 7th quarterback taken in his draft, and you were the 8th. Have you ever taken inspiration from him in that sense?
I mean, sure. I think a lot of times this position, you win up here, and I think that's hard to judge. I've always said that. Sure, it's hard to judge for those people in the front office, and sometimes that's why they pass on people. But if you can continue to grow, continue to get better and sharper and smarter, you have a chance, and that's what Brady's done. He's the epitome of that, and he's an example for anybody and every young player starting to play this game.
He seems to have always carried that ship. Is that a ship that you think that you'll always carry?
Yeah, for sure. I'll never forget that there was 7 quarterbacks drafted in front of me.
Dak, when you know you're going into a game that's not only going to be cold, but it's supposed to be rainy, 75% chance of rain, what do you do in preparation for that? Anything during the week or
Yeah, handle that on Sundays. When you don't know what the weather is, I don't want to prepare or work too much on one situation more than the other. So, I mean, I've played in a bunch of games. I've played in some wet ones, played in some cold ones. I'll just deal with that when it comes. It's game time. It's game time.
What makes your secondary so good?
Yeah, they're disciplined. They don't make mistakes. They're not going to beat themselves. And when you have a team like that that's well coached, you've got to go out there and you've got to make plays. It comes down to execution. Who's going to be better at that?
On that note, Randall said yesterday this is a game where it's about basically who will mentally break first. How do you guys guard against that? Do you view this game that way?
Sure. Maybe it is. If it's so, I like our chances. I know how mentally tough this group is. So if that's what it comes down to, I like our chances. I like where we stand. But as I said, it's an execution game. We know what they're going to do. Pretty sure that we know what they're going to do, how they're going to stop us, even though it's a game plan defense. But we got to go out there and make plays, execute better than them.
You were talking about keeping that chip on your shoulder, and you know what the negatives or the questions about your game were coming in. Do you feel you've altered perceptions over these last 4 years? I know you don't particularly care about that, but do you think just in your play and showing who you are that you've done that?
I don't really care. I think if I give you an answer, I think I'm rebuttaling everything I've always said I stood for. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me somebody else's perspective of me or their opinion of me. Just worry about how I continue to get better and help this team win.
You talked about how they have a game plan defense.
Yeah.
That's something that you're confident in. As you talked after the Lions game about how you're playing the best he's ever seen it, not just from throwing the football, but controlling things at the line of scrimmage and evaluating their defense. What gives you that confidence against their defense?
The preparation, the game plan that we have, and the way that I've prepared throughout the week. When Sunday hits, it's just about going out there and letting that preparation come to play, and just continue to do that.
You in a zone right now?
Sure. I mean, I'm locked in. I'm confident. I've said that. Confident in these guys around me. Confident in the plays that are being called. It's collective reasoning and effort of who I am.
The numbers that were referenced earlier, is it a byproduct of the things you've been talking to us about going all the way back to camp, the things clicking late last year,
Sure.
Kellen, all that stuff? Is it just kind of a byproduct of all?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why I just said it's collective effort. I mean, whether it's being coached and being pushed the right way, some of these playmakers that have been placed around me, offensive line doing a great job protecting. That's just what has been called for us to win these couple of games, and if that's what it is, that's what we're going to do.
What do you see from this Patriots defense on tape?
A super disciplined defense. I think it's the best way that you can describe it. A team that doesn't make mistakes. They're always in the right spots. Very, very sound in what they're doing, and they're going to wait for you to make a mistake.
Amari said they blitz a lot. Are you seeing the same thing? And if so, is that affecting your game plan?
I wouldn't say that they blitz a lot. I'd say that they have their right times and their situations that they want to. But it's all about preparation, knowing when they like to do it, knowing the situations that percentages go up, and I've studied and prepared and we're ready for it.
Guys, you've been very communicative at the line of scrimmage this year. One play that stands out last week, Randall clapping before that 49-yard pass. How have you gone about fostering that communication with your guys on the sideline and line of scrimmage during the game?
Yeah, we just all 11 have to be on the same page, and 11 plus. That's 11 on the field, and those guys on the sideline also have to be locked in, getting those reps and being focused, and just things like that. I mean, I encourage these guys to make sure that you know exactly what's going on before the ball snap. And if I haven't given you a signal, or if I haven't told you you're hot off of, it's on your job. It's on you to get my attention, but it's on me to make sure that you know as well. And that was just a great example of that. Him trying to make sure he knew who was the hot guy, and us communicating that.
They have such a reputation of adapting within games and disguising their looks. Do you have to be even more patient or cautious of not to overthink things and just trust what you see and not get caught in a game of, well, are they trying to do this, and should I really do this? Is that difficult to do?
I mean, it's preparation. I mean, I've studied their looks, and there's a pre-snap and there's a post-snap. So sure, I'll have an idea and have a plan pre-snap, and then when the ball snapped, obviously see where they're going, and that's when the film study takes over. And knowing this guy goes there, it's that coverage, and no different from any other game.
Have you talked to Cam Fleming or Michael Bennett about what the Patriots like to do in certain situations, pick their brains or anything like that?
Yeah, just a little bit Michael Bennett, definitely.
What did he say?
It's a good one. It's a good one.
The Pats aren't a team that really beats themselves. How important is it for you guys to not beat yourselves heading into
Yeah, it's huge. It's about the communication, it's about all the things, the preparation and everything taking over, so we can go out there and execute cleanly and smoothly. So to make sure that we don't beat ourselves, we don't get behind early. Mistakes like that are why this team's so good, because they're not going to do it. So we've got to make sure that we're ahead of it. We do everything clean, execute, and communicate. We'll be just fine.
Is this a game like the Saints last year where y'all can gain some confidence and give y'all a boost to carry on to the end of the season?
I mean,
it's a team like that up there.
I mean, we're on the back part of the season right now. Anyone's going to do that, especially against a team that's a championship team. So of course.
Are you guys better than your 6-4 record would indicate?
One more time.
Are you better than your 6-4 record would indicate?
I mean, that's our record right now. I know we're going to continue to get better. I know this is a team that's confident. It's a team that has a lot of power and a lot of plays that can be made and that we will make them. But as far as the record, we're not going to hang our hats on that or think too much about that. We're just going to worry about this one game and going 1-0 this week.
How would you rate Zeke's Dak's dance?
What do you say, 10? He's over there. He could get some work. I'm not into giving the numbers, but we'll work on it, and we have worked on it. So if he does it again, it will be better. So, perfect.